Okay, today's 15-minute coach focuses in on how to coach yourself through COVID-19. Now, yeah, I am a coach. I'm certified. That actually happened between the last time we talked and now. My credentials are solid. I graduated. I met all of my requirements, made a 97 on the last test. Woohoo! But I'm prepared to take you through this. But there's something that you need to know. There are certain questions you can ask yourself, and you have to answer them. That's the key to get you to move forward, to get you through events like this. And my job has been to arm people with those things that will allow them to do that, or engage my services pro bono if they'd like. But, a couple of television stations have had me on, and NBC5 had me on talking about this. And what people don't quite understand about me, not everyone, a lot of people do, is that certification in this realm means I'm certified as a personal and executive coach, which means I can do some life coaching too. So I've had some calls from people who are struggling with their relationships, struggling with their well-being. We've talked through those things and we've hacked them. But what if you could do some of this stuff yourself? I'm on my website right now. And as you can see, I'm sharing my screen. If you come on the website, I'm going to scroll down so you can see. This is the main page, okay? When you keep scrolling, go all the way down to the part where you see me there with the boots on. It says coaching yourself through COVID-19. I'm going to click on that. And that's where you go for all of these resources. And it's a ton of them because we've kept building on it since we were actually banned from traveling. Okay, so lots here. And I'm going to just walk you through what's here, and then we're going to walk through the coaching questions. But college students, of course, I mentioned to you and my college students at TCU, you know about this because this was a part of your lecture last week. And you know about this too, students at University of North Texas, because two professors got together from both of those schools and we talked about the job market and even your well-being and mindset as a college student, especially college seniors. It was our love letter to college seniors, that there's some hope in how you can position yourself even in a cluttered job market and even when things look very bleak and graduation and all those events just seem to be snatched from you. You are disoriented. I understand. I totally understand. The next thing you see, what is your priorities? Just what I mentioned. It's that episode with Zara Green. You want to check this out because it is deep and it will help you to decipher some of the things that are going on with your relationships that seem to suddenly go a little sour now that there's a crisis. Yeah, if you're in a healthy relationship, you've probably gotten closer. Let's just say that. And I'm not just talking romantic. I'm talking about all sorts of relationships. The other thing that's here, some audio. It's an audio conference call that I did some time ago. Career transitions, shifting your mindset for change. Yes, we did this last fall. And yeah, the premise really is this. Change happens two ways. It either is thrust upon you or you instigate it. Surely, COVID-19 was thrust on all of us. Didn't see it coming. But if you're on your tippy toes, you're not standing flat-footed, and you're in a transitional mindset at all times, there are things that you do and that you're trying to do to prepare for situations like this. Even if they don't go wrong, you are aimed at moving forward towards your ultimate goal. And the first thing to do is to understand what your goal is. And you can be amazed at how many people don't have clarity about where they're headed. Not just in the next year, not just in the next 5 years. What is your goal? And it wraps around your purpose. What is your value proposition? A lot of people don't have that for themselves because they could probably rattle it off for their company. But listen, folks, in times like these, you really do need to take the reins, the CEO of you Incorporated. You got to look out for yourself. So having that transitional mindset is very important. Another thing that's here, Dr. Jeff Gardier's episode here, trying to find the good and the bad. There's video from my appearance on NBC5 DFW today. And then also, there's Dr. Babley's episode where we talk about globalism and the spread. If you go down a little bit further, you will find the 7 questions to keep your small business moving forward. Okay. So beyond that and group coaching and also how to get involved with the free coaching, let's walk through some of these questions that you can ask yourself to move yourself forward during times of crisis and actually get you to a leadership stance. Question number 1, despite what is going on all around us, how can you identify and celebrate the good things that are still happening? One thing that I said on NBC5 DFW today was this: in times of uncertainty, the best way to take the reins back on your life is to build your own certainty. Now, how do you do that? Sounds like a plan to me. If you can start to build structure into your life and build some planning, and this doesn't have to be strategic, it could be very tactical. It could be a checklist, just something you can count on every morning when you wake up, every day, every evening. Certainty in your life produces assuredness. It gives you hope because planning actually has a goal in mind. You can't have a goal without hope. And when you have hope, you have a chance. You can move forward. You have something that you can move towards. So think about those things that you know to be true. Think about those things that you know you have at your disposal. Yes, a lot of things have been taken away from us. Yes, a lot of things have been canceled. But what hasn't been canceled? What hasn't been taken away from us? Take stock of those things and then start to move with those things in mind. But there's another thing that you'll need to do about that. You need to practice some gratitude. Yes, things have been taken away from us, even people. Y'all, and at least 2 NABJers over the last 2 weeks, gone. At least 1 church member, gone. Friend of a friend, gone. As these numbers increase, we're going to lose more people closer to us. And hopefully, dear God, not us, not our families, praying for your health and your safety. But this is the reality. And we've got to figure out how to survive and move forward, not just survive, but thrive. And there is a mandate for leaders now more than ever. So practicing gratitude is one of those ways that you can get there, besides assessing what all you have that hasn't been taken away. I can be thankful for my family. And many of us have found that we're in close quarters with our family. And yeah, they may be driving you nuts, but guess what? They're all healthy and they're all here. You can be grateful for that. You can be grateful for a home to actually come home and work from. You can be grateful for the technology that keeps us connected. You see how this works? And there's no way to be thankful or grateful and not feel positive inside. So that's the next thing. You got to get these done before you can leave. What can you do during this time to move your business and career forward? One of my clients asked me something very insightful just as everyone was sent home to work. And she asked me, what can I do to stand out? Very insightful question. Many people have been so used to having those face-to-face meetings that when they were sent home, they just sat there behind their computer and waited for somebody to tell them what to do. Guess what? We're in the land of furloughs, job losses, and surpluses. And guess who would get on a list if they're not being heard from, if they're not instigating change, if they aren't being proactive, if they aren't raising their hand and offering to help, if they aren't the one rallying the team members and their colleagues, you can get labeled as not needed. You don't want that. So a couple of things I told her to do was exactly that. Reach out to her team members Have a virtual coffee with especially the ones that might be a little bit hard to work with, even in person. Get on the same page. Share that you're there to support them. See how that works. And when you get things moving like a well-oiled machine, your bosses take note of that kind of thing. The other thing I asked her to do, I asked her what it would be like for her to do. What if she anticipated what her managers needed and delivered it?